SFL is back. 102.5 KSFR The Score here in San Francisco. The Oklahoma City Renegades take on the San Francisco Bulldogs. It's next on SFL Pride Day. Let's head down to the field for the coin toss.
Give us head.
It is tails.
We'll take the ball.
The Bulldogs have won the toss and select to receive.
San Francisco wants the football first. The 2-4 Bulldogs against the 3-2 Oklahoma City Renegades. The Simulation Football League is back on the air and we're underway. From the 10-yard line, San Francisco on the return, past the 25 spin move, up past the 30-yard line to the 31. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine, and after hours upon hours upon hours upon hours getting our league back, we are finally back on the air, and it's so good to be doing this instead of all the crap from this past week. We're excited to bring you SFL football once again, and Joseph Redfeather starts the game under center and will hand off to the fullback. That is a gain of 7 up the middle. 2nd and 3 for San Francisco on a nice run by Carpenter to start the game. Jasper Hart will have to wait. It is a homecoming for Jasper Hart. First time he has been back to San Francisco since Oklahoma City signed him in the offseason. Right now, Joseph Redfeather trying to operate with 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 2 backs from the 38-yard line. And Redfeather will hand off on a draw to Michael Urban. He is stopped in the backfield, a loss of 3. Tackle made by Adam Stackhouse. So Michael Urban picked up right where he left off with a 3-yard loss. And it brings up 3rd down and 6 for San Francisco on their opening possession. If San Francisco loses today, they are eliminated from playoff contention. This is a must-win atmosphere here at Bagnon Memorial. Redfeather drop backs to pass on 3rd down and 6. He airs it left-hand side. A jump ball is incomplete. Intended for James Cooley. DJ Greenwood, another former Bulldog, on the coverage. And San Francisco will have to punt it away. They go 3 and out on their opening possession. Not how they wanted to start this football game. For Oklahoma City, the team is 3-2, a half a game behind Orlando and New York, and got a big gift when Grand Rapids upset New York a couple of weeks ago to give New York their 2nd loss, and Oklahoma City, depending upon how they do today, could reach 3rd place. A tie for 2nd with Orlando with a victory and a New York loss today, as the Renegades will start their first possession from the 33. Welcome Dazzo 0007, Ramos Lynn, Servo Sentinels, TJ Cag SFL, and X Factor 56 to the chat room today. It's the start of SFL Pride Day. Use the hashtag on Twitter, spread the word. 1st down and 10 at the 33, 11:31 to go in the first. 4 wide receiver set for Oklahoma City to start the game. Brewski line to the right-hand side, and Jasper Hart will start with a pass, and Hart, with players at his feet, completes the pass to Chris Taylor, a gain of 8 yards along the left-hand side, near 1st down for Oklahoma City. The Bulldogs in their home blue helmets, blue uniforms, white pants, white numbers with the orange trim. For Oklahoma City, they're in their copper helmets, white jerseys, copper pants with the gold and yellow numbers and the green and brown trim. 2nd and 2, handoff to Brewski on a counter left-hand side. Pete Brewski, 45-50. Brewski is tackled at the San Francisco 47 by Ahmad Arrington. And that's the first first down of the game for either team as Oklahoma City enters into San Francisco territory. Starting lineups for the San Francisco Bulldog defense. This has been a defense that has been on an absolute tear the last couple of weeks, particularly on the defensive line, with defensive ends Jordan Gray, number 99, and Randall Watts, number 91. First and 10 for the 47, handoff on a trap to Brewski. Brewski picks up 5 to the 42. Other San Francisco defenders, linebacker in the middle is Gage Wilson, number 54. The corners are Andrew Ball, number 35, and Marcus Dorsett, number 42. The safety at strong, number 26, Ahmad Arrington. And that is the loaded Bulldog defense. Second down and 5 at the 42. 2 receivers and 2 backs in the backfield. 4-3 look showing an outside blitz from San Francisco. And the Bulldogs will come with it. They'll flip it out to Brewski. He cuts back inside, breaks 2 tackles. Brewski still going 25 and to the 23-yard line. A gain of 19. Pete Brewski looks fresh and ready to go. Jordan Gray ends up making the tackle. But Pete Brewski did a good job there cutting it back up the middle. Arrington couldn't bring him down. Dorsett couldn't bring him down. And finally Gray combined with a teammate to make the stop. 9:35 to go in the first quarter. Scoreless football game at Oklahoma City, trying to make a statement on their opening drive. 3 wide receivers, hand off to Brewski, and Brewski picks up 1 to the 22-yard line. Oklahoma City's starting offense includes quarterback number 7, Jasper Hart, running back number 34, Pete Brewski. Wide receivers are number 11, Ianojo Abaratsabo, number 81, Chris Taylor, and the fullback, number 39, Tiberius Bovine. Second and 9 to the 22, 9 minutes to go. And the handoff goes to Brewski, right-hand side. He cuts it back at the middle, slightly, to the 19-yard line, a gain of 4. Brewski, 5 carries, 40 yards here in the early going, but it's going to bring up a third down and 6 for Oklahoma City as San Francisco tries to bend but not break. San Francisco's red zone defense actually the worst in the league this year at 58%. Oklahoma City's offense 4th best in the red zone, 45%. As Jasper Hart drops back to throw. Hart's got a man right-hand side, and he overthrew him, incomplete. Pass intended for, I believe, Armstrong, and Hart could not make the connection. So a solid opening drive stop for San Francisco as Oklahoma City will come out and take the 3. Welcome Smashmouth 42 to the chat room. Happy to have you here on SFL Pride Day. This field goal is going to be from 35 yards out on the right hash mark. And from 35, snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is through. Right down the middle. 8:24 to go in the first quarter. San Francisco allows some yards on the opening drive, but they don't give up 6 as Kevin Epstein boots it through. Renegades up 3-0 on San Francisco. Oklahoma City's ownership group set up a couple of jumbotrons in the parking lot of Oklahoma City Stadium for fans to watch this game. So we know the Renegades are hyped. San Francisco went 3 and out on their opening possession. That offense needs to get hyped if they want to remain in playoff contention. And there's a lot of teams, mainly Orlando and New York, who are hoping that the Renegades will drop today's game, along with Grand Rapids, who's on the bubble at 3-3. Joseph Redfeather is 0 for 1 today without a completion. 3 wide receiver set. That's Cooley to the very top of the screen, guarded by Greenwood. The lone star receiver for this offense, Michael Urban, takes a handoff right-hand side, picks up 4 to the 34. Starting offensive lineup for San Francisco. Number 6 is quarterback Joseph Redfeather. The running back is number 22, Michael Urban. Wide receiver number 19, James Cooley. And tight end number 80, Xavier Brunson, are the stars on that side of the ball. Second down and 6 at the 34. Second possession for San Francisco, a 3-0 ball game. 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side, and Red Feather takes the snap. A delayed handoff to Michael Urban, and Urban cuts inside and picks up 2. Adam Stackhouse with his second tackle on the day. That brings up 3rd down and 4 from the 36. Oklahoma City's starters on defense. Inside linebackers, number 51, Adam Stackhouse. The corners are number 31, DJ Greenwood, number 21, Cam Michael. The safeties are number 49, Tank Savage at strong, and number 45, Billy Joe Casper at free, the SFL's all-time leader in interceptions. Red Feather down the middle, caught first down, the San Francisco 46. Finds the slot receiver, and San Francisco moves the chains for the first time today. First down and 10 of the 46. Doris had that last reception. 6:53 to go in the first. 4 receiver set once again for Red Feather, and he's going to hand it off to Urban on a sweep, and he is brought down almost immediately. Adam Stackhouse blew that play up. Stackhouse this season has been a force. 43 tackles, 14 assisted, 11 passes defended, which actually leads all players in the SFL this year, along with 7 tackles for loss. 4 wide receiver set once again. 2nd down and 10 for San Francisco with 6:23 to go in the first quarter. And Red Feather again will hand it off to Urban on delay. Urban gets away from the first line of defense. Michael Urban inside the 40 to the 37. First down, San Francisco. Michael Urban looked wrapped up in the backfield, but ends up getting out of there and makes a big play for this San Francisco Bulldog offense. First down at the 37, and San Francisco on the move with the quarter halfway gone. Two receivers set, 1st and 10 of the 37 for San Francisco. Urban in the backfield and a 4-3 look with an outside blitz showing. They bring it. Urban goes up the middle and picks up a solid 2, averaging 3.8 yards a carry here in the early going.
Pick up of 2 yards on the play. Number 51 credited with the tackle.
San Francisco Bulldog fans, thank you for a tremendous season. This is the home finale for San Francisco. Bulldogs hoping a playoff appearance will keep their season alive, but contact the SFL Bulldogs front office to find out how you can get season tickets for next year, as Michael Urban takes the pass for a 4-yard gain to bring up a 3rd down and 4 to the Oklahoma City 31. That is scoring position, folks. These two teams have a long, close defensive history, and we'll get into that as the day goes along. 2 receiver set with 1 in the backfield, and Red Feather drops back 3 steps. He's in trouble and face planted at the 34. Red Feather pounded for a loss of 3 yards by Ronaldo Gaylor. And he came right in the face of Red Feather and just smashed him down. And they're lucky they spotted that ball at the 34-yard line, but outside of the range of the San Francisco kicker, the Bulldogs will have to punt it away. And that was a crucial sack, the first one of the game for either team. Bulldogs will punt it away, try to coffin corner, and that kick goes out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Pretty good kick by Minardi. And that's going to pin San Francisco, or excuse me, Oklahoma City deep. These two teams have had a crazy past, none other than last year's semifinal game, which was played September 1st. It was played, this is the anniversary of the semifinal matchup between these two teams when San Francisco missed an extra point in regulation and Oklahoma City won the game in overtime 16-13 as that pass is incomplete from Hart. In that game, I can't believe, I didn't even know it was the anniversary. In that game, West St. Clair threw 59 times, completing 39 for 328 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Brewski has never had a 100-yard rushing game against San Francisco, and he never has scored a touchdown against San Francisco. The Bulldogs have been his Achilles heel. 2nd and 10 at the 8. He's got 5 carries for 40 yards already today. And Brewski spins off a tackle, and Dorsett creamed him at the 13. A gain of 5. 9 carries, 44 yards now here in the opening quarter, and it's 3rd and 5. Third down and 5 from the 13. 4 wide receiver set in an empty backfield for Hart. A 4-2-5 look out of San Francisco, and the defensive ends get some pressure. Hart fires it outside, incomplete. The corners, Dorsett and Ball, doing their job in the early going, and a quick 3-and-out for Oklahoma City is going to give San Francisco some terrific field position when they get the ball back to start their 3rd possession. Other games in this series include, and I'm looking back at the statistics here, Oklahoma City beat San Francisco 20-13 in the regular season. That was a home game for Oklahoma City. That was back July 13th, 2013. And then last year, here in San Francisco, the Bulldogs won 10-3 in the only game in SFL history that an offensive touchdown was not scored. Gage Wilson returned an interception for a touchdown in the first quarter of that game. The two teams would meet again later in the year. Or actually, no, that was the only meeting last season between Oklahoma City and San Francisco. And this is the first meeting of this season. So Oklahoma City, in their one time here at Bagnon Memorial, failed to score touchdowns as Michael Urban takes a handoff, breaks a tackle, and Urban picks up 6 to the Oklahoma City 38. Urban is having a solid first quarter, although he did last week as well before he slowed down. 2nd down and 4 for San Francisco. From the 38, Michael Urban takes the handoff again, and this time buried at the 39-yard line. Then be a loss of 1. Oklahoma City, or San Francisco rather, seems to feel like they have an advantage in the running game against the Renegades. The Renegades give up 109 rushing yards per game, but they actually give up a league worst 290 passing yards per game, which for this talented secondary is kind of surprising. 3rd down and 5. Red Feather against the blitz, throw into triple coverage, incomplete. You can blame the pressure for that bad throw, as James Cooley still without a catch in the first quarter, and Minardi will have to come out and punt, so San Francisco does nothing with the terrific field position. The Renegades with yet another big stop defensively.
Here I come, punter. I'm coming. I'm going to block the punt.
A lot of fans have been upset by the fact that San Francisco has not deviated from their very balanced offense, as this punt is going to be down in the end zone at the 20-yard line. San Francisco's run-pass ratio is 272 to 179 in favor of the pass, which is actually one of the highest in the league in terms of an advantage to the pass. The only higher ratio is Orlando, 246 to 168, and Kahlua, 244 to 127. 3 wide receivers set, and the handoff goes to Brewski, and Brewski picks up 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 from the 22-yard line, 2:05 to go in the first quarter. Don't forget, coming up next, it very well may be a preview of the SFL Championship game this year as the Crabs try to remain undefeated. They will take on the New York Knights in what some are calling, and what I called a couple of weeks ago, the game of the year here in this league, as Metro Stadium is going to be rocking for that one, as Jasper Hart is hit from behind, incomplete. Jordan Gray applying the pressure. That game kicks off 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the SFL Network, the second game of SFL Pride Day's doubleheader. Jordan Gray set a league record for 5.5 sacks in the game in his last outing against Kahlua. That puts him number 1 on the sack leaderboards in the league with 7. Randall Watts not far behind him with 5, and he was picked up just 3 games ago. 3rd down and 8 for Oklahoma City. Trips, bottom of the screen. Hart back to pass. Throws it middle. Has an open man. Is going to be able to get there. He will to the 31-yard line. That again is the slot man Armstrong with the catch. Pete Brewski coming into today trails Elliott Snyder by 24 yards for the running back lead. 1,077 yards for Snyder, 1,053 for Pete Brewski. 3 receivers, Hart to throw. 1st and 10 for the 31. Deep pass in double coverage, incomplete. And that's a big mismatch out there today. Andrew Ball, 6'5" against Ianojo Albarazabo, who stands less than 6 feet tall. It's going to be tough to throw jump balls to him all day. And Hart's lucky that pass did not get picked off as we take a look at the coverage by San Francisco. Pretty solid. Second down, 10 at the 31. Jasper Hart's had a so-so outing here in his first game back to San Francisco. Handoff, Brewski stopped for a loss of 1. Gage Wilson and company stuffing that play. Now 7 carries for 43 yards. My math incorrect, saying that he had 9 carries earlier. 3rd down and 11 at the 29-yard line. 6:45 to go in the first, or 45 seconds rather to go in the first. 4 wide receiver set, and Hart drops back to throw. Hart sidearms it outside, and complete, intercepted! Marcus Dorsett off the tip pass! The receiver dropped it as he was diving out of bounds, and Marcus Dorsett makes a terrific heads-up play. Get those toes in, son! First down, Bulldogs. That's one of the best interceptions we've seen all year. A top play nominee for week number 9 in San Francisco once again. Tremendous field position at the Renegade 33. 2 receivers and Urban in the backfield. Urban will take the handoff up the middle. Urban past the 30, gains 6 to the 28-yard line. Visit CasualAdultGamers.com to find out how you can get on the Wall of Champions and join the greatest NFL online league on All Pro Football 2K8 for the Xbox 360. CasualAdultGamers.com, an official partner of the Simulation Football League. 2nd down and 4 from the 28. And the handoff goes to Urban. And Urban up the middle, 25. Picks up 3 to the 24-yard line, averaging 3.9 yards a carry. And that is the end of the first quarter of play. A close one so far, but San Francisco has turned the tables. Excellent field position. We'll see what they do with it. This is Bulldog Radio on 102.5 KSFR The Score. We'll be back to Bagnon Memorial after this.
We don't have an alarm clock at all. The kids are the alarm clock. We have 4 boys.
He wanted 5.
Busy might be an understatement.
Between the kids, work, we have to stay on top of our finances.
We put away for college, retirement.
There's always something you can spend money on, but you really have to pace yourself. The Bank of the West app with Quick Balance is amazing for that.
I don't see us slowing down anytime soon. And with the Bank of the West app, we don't have to.
What does your car say about you? Something bold? Or nothing at all? Introducing the all-new Ford Fusion. With class-exclusive rear inflatable safety belts and the ability to alert you when you drift out of your lane, it doesn't just say good things about you, it completely changes the conversation. Why be invisible when you can stand out?
Bulldog football on 102.5 KSFR The Score. is brought to you by Google, by Buffalo Wild Wings, Wings, Beer, Sports, by Ford, go further, and by Pepsi, refresh your world. Third down and 1 for San Francisco coming out of the timeout at the Oklahoma City 24 in scoring position for the first time today. A stretch play out to Michael Urban. He cut through the middle. Michael Urban made 2 people miss and a pickup of 6 to the 18. His awesome first half continues. Watch this cut. Oh, man. Stackhouse on the tackle, and San Francisco in the red zone to the 18-yard line.
First and 10 from the Renegades.
12:38 to go in the first half. 3 receivers. Michael Urban in the backfield. And the handoff goes to Urban this time. Stuffed, no gain. That's Stackhouse again on the outside. He may have only 43 tackles this season, but Oklahoma City had a bye a couple of weeks ago. He's only 11 behind the leader, which is Stephen Lambert. And Oklahoma City, because they had a bye this week or last week, they have not played a football game since August the 10th. Nobody happier than Oklahoma City's ownership to have football back as Michael Urban picks up 3 to the 14-yard line. Stackhouse again. They're waiting for Michael Urban, and Joseph Redfeather has done next to nothing in this first half. He's going to have to step up if San Francisco is going to keep their playoff hopes alive. Redfeather dropping back to throw. Redfeather's got all day to throw. It's incomplete. Nearly picked off. Looking for the slot receiver, James Cooley, still without a catch in the first half. They have not figured out how to get him involved in the game plan. And San Francisco will have to kick a field goal to try and tie this game up. James Cooley's numbers are once again down. He had a tremendous first season, 1,238 yards on 56 receptions, 10 touchdowns. He had an absolutely brilliant campaign, outshined only by Jake Legacy. 31-yard kick for San Francisco is good. We have a tie ball game. 11:21 to go in the first half. It's 3-3. James Cooley in the winter season dropped down to 913 yards, 7 touchdowns, did have more catches. This year, 657 yards, 48 receptions, but only 3 touchdowns and only 2 games left for the Bulldogs. From the 11-yard line, Oklahoma City on the return, and the Renegades up past the 30 to the 33. First down, 11:18 to go. Jasper Hart has pretty solid field position after the punt return. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. And Jasper Hart turns and hands to Brewski. Brewski picks up 4, having a better game than usual against this Bulldog defense, to the 37-yard line. The Virtual Sports Network is an official partner of the Simulation Football League, and you can look back to VSN Arcade Radio. I was their guest, their special guest at 1 p.m. Central earlier this afternoon. And you can catch VSN and all they offer, including forums and podcasts and online leagues and so much more at virtualsportsnetwork.com, as Pete Brewski takes the handoff around the left-hand side and picks up a first down. Jordan Gray and Randall Watts have been quiet here in the first half. That's got to make owner Michael Irvine happy, but that stat line can't. 17 yards and a pick for Jasper Hart in his first game back to San Francisco. A rating of 0. 4 receivers, Hart to throw. Swings it outside. Pass is caught by... No, they said he was out of bounds. Taylor couldn't get the foot in. It looked like he had at least one in. And Oklahoma City will have to regroup with a second down and 10 to the 45.
Second and 10.
San Francisco 4-3 look. Gray is at the top of the line. Watts is at the bottom of the line. Oklahoma City needs a 45 for the first down. They'll toss it out to Brewski, and Brewski picks up 1 around the right-hand side. Tackle made by Marcus Dorsett, who's had one heck of a first half, the former Intimidator. For Dorsett, that might have been his first interception of the year. It was. He's had a slow start to his career here in San Francisco. Play action, Hart, 3rd and 9, swings it outside. Short of the first down was Abaratsabo, and it's going to be 4th and 2 at the San Francisco 47. So Oklahoma City can't move the chains. Abaratsabo didn't know where he was on the field. And Oklahoma City's drive stalls out, as have their others since their opening drive field goal. Kick is away from the 11. And the Bulldogs return up to the 16-yard line, so they'll start from inside their own 20 for the first time today.
Ball will be placed around the 16-yard line.
Don't forget, at the end of this week, you can vote for the SFL All-Stars, who will participate or be eligible to participate in the SFL All-Star Game, which comes your way the first weekend of October, the weekend following the SFL Championship game from Kahlua. The All-Star Game will also be played in Kahlua, as James Cooley stiff arms and runs out of bounds to the 32-yard line. First down, San Francisco. Look at this stiff. Get off me. Telling a former teammate to get lost. 1st and 10 to the 32. Cooley's first catch. It's about time. Two receivers and Urban in the backfield. 4-3 look for Oklahoma City's defense from the left hash at the 32-yard line. Redfeather will pass. Redfeather swing out to Urban. He's going to have to make somebody miss, and he's not going to be able to do that. Loss of 2. Gang tackled by Cam Michael and company. Loss of 2 on the play, back to the 31, and Urban says, sorry, man. I just don't have that type of skill. 2nd and 12.
2nd and 11. Ball at the 31-yard line.
Redfeather back to throw. Redfeather fires that pass. Oh, he dropped it. Looking at the coverage, tight end dropped the pass. It's 3rd and 12. Down to 8:27 to go in the first half. Oklahoma City has not been able to get any pressure on Redfeather. No sacks today. I stand corrected, actually. 1 sack. It's the other way around. Hart has not been sacked for San Francisco. Trips left. Redfeather has time. Fires down the field. Oh, it's dropped and intercepted. Interception by Billy Joe Casper, who always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Casper with the interception off the dropped pass, and we've seen that twice in the first half, interceptions not being the quarterback's fault. For Casper, that is interception 16 on his 3-year career. 16 interceptions in 21 games. 3 receiver set. Brewski takes the handoff. Is stuffed for a gain of 1. Speaking of players' numbers going down, Joseph Redfeather, since his first season, he actually is having a better year than he did last year, but only 7 touchdowns this year after a combined 54 in New York. Handoff Brewski, around the left-hand side, Brewski, 35, and put down there. 6-yard gain to put Oklahoma City just outside of field goal range. Another slugfest between these two teams. It's so funny how just sometimes teams match up and you know you're going to get a defensive ball game. I have no idea what we're going to get with Baltimore and New York later tonight. Brewski on a 3rd and 3, charting the legs. He is 1 yard short. Bovine on the carry, actually, his first of the day for 2 yards. And now Oklahoma City has a decision to make here, and it looks like they're going to go for it. Crowd rises here at Bagnod. A sellout crowd on Fan Appreciation Day here on this beautiful Labor Day holiday. 4th and 1. 2 receivers, 2 in the backfield, 12 on the play clock. Down to 8. And Oklahoma City won't even try to hard count them. They'll take the timeout. And I wouldn't be surprised if Oklahoma City tries to just pin San Francisco deep. Only one team in the history of the SFL has made a 50-yard field goal with a non-star kicker. That was Baltimore in Week 1 of this season, which allowed the Crabs to go into overtime and defeat the New York Knights. Otherwise, New York would be in first place right now. And Oklahoma City will punt it away. Do not want to give up the field position since they know their defense can get some stops. Very low snap. And Minardi will kick it inside the 10. This is another beautiful kick to the 7-yard line. Both punters doing a good job today pinning teams deep, and San Francisco will start deep. First and 10 to the 7-yard line. Tie ball game at 3 with 6:42 to go. In the first half, 2 receiver set. Urban in the backfield. Oklahoma City showing an inside blitz. They come with it. Urban takes the toss, tries to cut it back, and picks up 2. Now down to 3.6 yards a carry. Redfeather back to pass on a 2nd and 8. Has an open man and first down past the 20 to the 21. That was Xavier Brunson's first grab of the day. And a first down, San Francisco. Can San Francisco string together a possession to take the lead in this one? First down and 10 of the 21. Redfeather drops back to throw. He swings it outside. That pass is caught by Cooley. Another stiff arm for a first down. Cooley on Greenwood is winning that matchup. Greenwood just weak sauce out there on the left-hand side. But Mom, he pushed me. First and 10 of the 32, 15 carries, 54 yards, 3.6 yards a carry for Urban in the first half, on pace for 108. 4-3 look for Oklahoma City. Red Feather back to throw. He's in trouble. Gets it away. Caught. Just shy of the first down marker. The sure hands from Brunson. His second grab of the day. 2nd and 1 San Francisco. Brunson this year, 101 yards receiving is a career high, but he had a productive game as well in his last outing. 4 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown. Has 2 grabs here in the first half. High formation handoff, Urban. Urban picks up the first down, and a lot more in Oklahoma City territory to the Renegade 46. Michael Urban is finding the gaps in this Renegade defense. And these are some big holes. .437 and counting. We're still tied at 3 here from San Francisco. It's hard to believe, but it's the first SFL game since August 18th. As the handoff goes to Urban and he picks up nothing. Morris on the tackle. Brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 46.
2nd and 10.
4 minutes to go in the first half. Urban takes a toss. Urban around the left. Oh, man. Urban popped by Casper, who came in like a heat-seeking missile. Casper around the left-hand side shuts Urban up. It's 3rd and 12. Back at the Oklahoma City 48, and Casper has had a big first half. Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe coming up with your first half highlight stats and analysis from the SFL studios in San Antonio, Texas. Coming up on the 2K Sports halftime report when we're done with the second quarter from Bagnon. Red Feather deep. It is picked off at the 25. And a loss of 2 on the return, but Tank Savage making the play for Oklahoma City, and 2 first half interceptions for Joseph Redfeather. His struggles continue. Both safeties now for Oklahoma City with picks. Redfeather just making the wrong decisions. Tank Savage now has a league-leading 6 interceptions this season as Broski breaks a tackle, and another first down to the 36. Wilson eventually on the stop, his 3rd. Eddie Gage, Billy Joe Gatlin, Nathaniel Grayson all had 5 interceptions coming into today, as did Savage. He now has 6. 6 interceptions in 6 games for Tank Savage. A remarkable season in his 2nd year. First down to the 36. 3 wide receivers. Gray and Watts have been very quiet today. And a screen pass set up for Bruschi. Lost 2 yards. 2nd and 12 back at the 34, and I believe that was Jordan Gray out there to make the stop. He dropped out in coverage. These 2 quarterbacks have had a first half they'd like to forget. Hart back to throw, swings it outside to Bruschi, had to come back for it. He ended up not being able to turn the corner, and he lost 6 yards on the reception. 3rd down and 18. For Oklahoma City. We've had 3 interceptions, no penalties here in the first half. 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side of the line. Hart on 3rd and very long. Finds a wide open receiver and a first down saving tackle made by, I believe, Ahmad Arrington. Abaratsabo running scot-free. Robert Cox actually there to bring him down. Huge tackle, nice grab from Abarazabo, who had to really adjust to the football. And we have hit the 2-minute warning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're home to the Bark. This is Bulldog Radio, 102.5, KSFR, The Score, San Francisco. 4th down and 2. Oklahoma City will have to punt. San Francisco one last shot at putting points on the board in the first half, and it's been quite refreshing to see how well San Francisco's defense has responded to Red Feather's turnovers today as San Francisco returns the punt up to the 20-yard line. Oklahoma City has the most points off turnovers by a landslide than any other team in the league this year, 52 points off turnovers for Oklahoma City in 5 games. That's a pretty impressive number. James Cooley has a couple of catches. Will they find him deep? 1st and 10 of the 20. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side. Red Feather, 3-step drop. Swings it outside. That's Cooley. That's his route. Pickup of 9 to the 29. And there are the horrific first half numbers for these two quarterbacks. I don't know which one has been better. Second down and 1 at the 29-yard line. Hand off to Michael Urban, back up the middle, got the first down, clock is going to roll, 1st and 10 at the 30, 140 and counting. Remember, San Francisco needs a win here today to keep their playoff hopes alive. Oklahoma City, with a New York loss and a win here today, could get into a tie for second place with Orlando at 4-2. Intimidators off this week. 4 receivers, 3 to the top of the screen. And Red Feather back to throw. Has time down the middle and complete, and more good coverage down the field by these safeties against Oklahoma City. Doris, the intended receiver, and San Francisco just can't find anything deep down the field.
Second and 10. Ball at the 31-yard.
Second and 10 at the 30. Handoff. Michael Urban picks up a couple. Brings up 3rd down and 8, and at this point, Stackhouse on the tackle. At this point, the San Francisco Bulldogs might just not want to give the ball back to San Francisco. 4 wide receivers. 3rd and 8 at the 32. Red Feather in trouble. Hit as he threw. Incomplete. So San Francisco will end up giving it back. Sandoval on the pressure. Brings a 4th down and 8 at the 32-yard line. Back and forth we go in a tight contest.
Your Bulldogs are back to punt. Simpson is deep to receive.
Woo! I'm gonna set you down all day.
Low snap, fielded. Oklahoma City from the 33, not much room to return up to the 35-yard line. So with 25 seconds to go, Oklahoma City has 2 timeouts. Will they remain aggressive? Or will they just hand it off to Brewski and call it a first half? Another low-scoring matchup between these two defensive heavyweights.
Down. Sit.
3 receivers set and 2 in the backfield. Hart will pass, and Hart's got a good pocket. He swings it outside Abarazabo. That is caught, gain of 8. Out of bounds. That's exactly what you need if you're Oklahoma City. A nice play call As Abarazabo, nicely run route, Andrew Ball forces him out of bounds. Welcome Fire Dragon Gold back to the chat room. Thanks for joining us on hashtag SFL Pride Day. 2nd and 2 from the 42. 20 seconds to go. A 3-3 ball game. 2 receivers set. Hart back to throw. Hart's looking deep. Hart down the middle. It's incomplete. And once again, these two defenses are proving how tremendously difficult it is to throw deep. Chris Taylor, the intended target. And there's now 15 seconds on the clock. Chris Taylor has a 78-yard catch from earlier in the year, a career long. With just 292 receiving yards on 18 grabs this year. 3 receivers, crowd once again. Reaching full throat, handoff Brewski, got a first down and still going. Brewski to 46, down to 8, down to 7, down to 6, down to 5. Oklahoma City will have to burn a timeout and they'll sling up a Hail Mary from here. I think that's exactly the reason why they handed it off to Brewski. Wanted to get into better range for Jasper Hart to launch it down the field. Four wide receivers all to the bottom of the screen. A Hail Mary look. As Jasper Hart stands in the pocket, we'll have to throw before Randall Watts and Jordan Gray get there. They've been so quiet in the first half. Hart steps up in the pocket. Has to... Oh, he's buried at the 49-yard line. That's the end of the first half. Looked like Jasper Hart was going to get a throw off. He did not. Dan and Peter have your halftime report.
So that'll bring the first half of football to a close as the clubs head to the locker room, all tied.
Well, Dan, what do you say? You ready to dive into the 2K Sports halftime show?
Let's take a look at our halftime stats, and boy oh boy, the numbers look pretty even right across the board. The Bulldogs, no surprise, find themselves in a tight defensive struggle. It's just impossible for anyone to get yardage out there. What a slugfest this ball game's been. Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Number 34 takes the handoff here, and look at the blocking at the point of attack. A big opening up the middle. That set up a 36-yard field goal. The Renegades get the first points of the game and go up by 3. Midway through the first, number 22 would get the carry here. Good blocking up front, and it helped to spring it. Unfortunately, they could not capitalize on the play. Towards the end of the first quarter, the Renegades out in front by 3. Number 42 is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way, and he's able to get his hands on this one and picks it off. The Bulldogs have it off an interception. Griffin gets the call as they can't punch it into the end zone, but the short field goal is up and good. A 32-yard field goal. Game tied 3-all. Number 45 would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. Late into the second quarter, this time at the 48. Number 49 was in the right place at the right time as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. Still late in the second quarter, game tied 3-all. Number 7 would find his target on this one, and that's how we'll round this one out. The Bulldogs are keeping it evened up. We're tied 3.
Excellent job, Dan.
The Renegades get the ball first to start the second half, and they will have a chance to break the deadlock. It's all tied up here. Let's go down to the field.
It's halftime here in San Francisco, where the Bulldogs and the Renegades are all tied at 3. Your second half is right around the corner. You're watching the SFL Network and listening to Bulldog Radio on 102.5 KSFR The Score.
Kenny, who was that?
Who, that guy? I don't know.
Get caught up in the excitement. Buffalo Wild Wings. More wings, more beer, more sports.
Hey, who's this?
Assistant. Twins Cliff and Chris Paul made it their pursuit to pass selflessness on to the next generation. And their children proved to be true prodigies.
Got it?
I got it.
On the court, little Chris's signature alley-oop-de-doop drew the attention of local scouts. While off the court, little Cliff assisted neighborhood children by insuring their new treehouse from his own State Farm branch. Before long, the Pauls knew that the future of the assist was in the right hands. Because one thing every State Farm agent can tell you is that a little assist goes a long way. No matter who it comes from.
Hey, throw me a Pepsi.
The cooler!
Introducing new wild cherry and vanilla Pepsi made with real sugar.
Gotcha! Who wants a drink?
A real big summer starts with new flavors of Pepsi made with real sugar. Grab some before it gets away.
Get the Pepsi!
Start of the second half here in San Francisco as San Francisco will kick off to Oklahoma City to begin the third quarter from the 10-yard line. The Renegades up past the 25 to the 30 to the 31. Bulldogs and Renegades able to move the ball some in the first half. Both had over 130 yards of offense. A couple of wide receiver drops have made the quarterback numbers look worse than they probably should be. Four wide receiver set, Hart out of the shotgun. And Hart drops back to throw to start the half. Hart sails one outside. That one had a little bit too much air under it, and Andrew Ball says, knocks it away. Sanford 0-1-0, welcome to the chat room. Happy to have you back, Sandy. 2nd and 10 for Oklahoma City after the Hart incompletion. 4 wide receiver set. 3 at the top of the screen. And the handoff goes to Brewski. He beat a blitz, and then Brewski turned around in a wacky-looking play, ends up picking up 5, still averaging 6.6 yards per carry on the day. But I don't know what Brewski saw around the right-hand side, but he had a lot of room up the middle and failed to take advantage. That could come back and haunt Brewski as he takes the handoff. Here it is, smashed down! Wilson and company on the stop, and a 3-and-out for Oklahoma City to start the second half. They just cannot get anything going on the offensive end. It has been a struggle, and San Francisco has really played quite well recently. They lost to Baltimore 20-7, but became the first team to hold Elliott Snyder to under 200 yards. In fact, they held him under 100 in that game, and they were in that game all the way until the finish. And then last week, they beat Kahlua in a tight contest 13-7. And then now here they are today, locked in a 3-3 battle in the third quarter. I don't think any team would want to go up against this Bulldog defense in the playoffs as Michael Urban got hit really hard in the ribs there by Cam Michael. That was an awkward hit, and Michael Urban's going to feel that one in the morning. A loss of 2 yards to the 31-yard line, or a gain of 2, pardon. Michael threw him forward. 4-2-5 look. 3 receivers. Draw play. Michael Urban. And a wrap-up tackle for no gain by Morris. 3rd down and 8. Don't forget that the Baltimore Crabs will take on the New York Knights in the Week 9 game of the week. Coming up next, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, 5-0 Baltimore, 4-2 New York. And Red Feather throws over the middle, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. 4th down and 8, and a 3-and-out for San Francisco. So the offenses have not woken up yet. Back-to-back 3-and-outs to start the 3rd quarter, as these defenses continue to clamp down on just about everything.
Your Bulldogs have selected the punt. Simpson is deep to receive.
Oh yeah, punter. I'm coming. I'm blocking this.
Bulldogs punted away. At the 31, Oklahoma City on the return. A man dove for the returner and missed him. And the return from Simpson up to the 38-yard line. Not a bad return at all. Pete Bruschi, 15 carries, 94 yards. We mentioned earlier that he's never had a 100-yard game against San Francisco. He has had a pretty decent outing here today, as Jasper Hart is sacked. A loss of 9 back in the backfield. That is neither Gray nor Watts. It is Lennox Fiegels, which all I can think about when I hear that name is Lord of the Rings, Smeagol. Second down and 19 after the first big sack for San Francisco on the day. Hart will have to throw again, and going deep down the middle, caught at the San Francisco 47. Biggest passing play of the day for the Renegades. Ianojo Abarazabo gets open. Abarazabo in one-on-one coverage on the free safety Cox, and Abarazabo makes the Bulldogs pay as Oklahoma City gets into Bulldog territory. 9:52 to go in the 3rd and counting. 4 wide receiver set. And Hart drops back to pass. Hart down the middle. Pass caught wide open. Gain of 8 to the 39-yard line. That's Abarazabo again, and he's had a pretty decent outing here. Has been quiet a couple of straight weeks now, but Abarazabo has really stepped up today thus far for the Renegades. Has not had a 100-yard game this season. Had 9 catches in the opener. Hand off Bruschi, 1st down and more. Bruschi's got 4, so he's up to 98 yards, and Randall Watts on the tackle, his 2nd. And Watts, I stand corrected, does have a sack in this game.
First and 10. From your Bulldogs, 34 yards.
1st and 10 of the 35. 3 wide receivers, 2 backs in the backfield, and Hart swings it outside. That pass caught by Bruschi. Big tackle for a loss of 1. That's Dorsett again. Marcus Dorsett having a great game for San Francisco. He has made some top-notch plays as Oklahoma City is still outside scoring position here. Second 11 at the 35. Don't forget, if you haven't done so already, register on the SFL forums on simulationfl.com. Click the forum tab as Brewski, no gain on the play. And create a profile and join the conversation with all the SFL owners, coordinators, fans, enthusiasts at simulationfl.com today. Third down and 11 at the 35-yard line. 8:05 to go in the third now. Empty backfield for Oklahoma City. Still outside of field goal range. 4 wide receivers. Hart back to throw. Hart steps up and throws it down the middle. Caught! No, he dropped it! Chris Taylor could not hang on as Ahmad Arrington laid the big hit. Hart dangerously stepped up into oncoming pressure. And Ahmad Arrington just knocked it out of the hands. Wow, what a shot from Arrington. And Oklahoma City will have to punt. That was a tremendous defensive play. And even better camera work there by 2K. New York Knights have entered the building, waiting to see if their team can romp another at Metro Stadium as Oklahoma City kicks it inside the 10. San Francisco going to let it go. Bounce to the 3, to the 2, to the 1, and into the end zone. Bulldogs will start with it on their 20. We are still deadlocked at 7:47 to go in the third quarter. Neither team has played bad. Oklahoma City in particular has moved the ball quite well, actually, in this game, and just have fallen short of scoring multiple times. Red Feather takes a high snap, swings it out to Urban. He spins around, makes the catch, and is hit hard at the 23. There are the quarterback numbers, both now with just 69 passing yards, but Red Feather has that second interception to his name. Really the only interception that was a quarterback's fault today. Had a couple of drop passes that found the hands of the defenders. 2nd and 7 from the 23. First time we've seen San Francisco get in this type of formation today as Michael Urban is dropped for a loss of 2. How about Morris today? He got off his block and basically pushed himself into Michael Urban. 3rd down and 9 at the 21. San Francisco had a 3 and out on their first possession, and I don't believe they've had the ball since then. 4 wide receiver set, 3 to the bottom of the formation, and Red Feather goes down the middle. Caught! First down to the 36. That's Doris in the slot. And Red Feather knew immediately that he was going to Doris. And it's a good thing that he threw it when he did, because Tank Savage, the current leader in interceptions in the SFL, was coming in hot. First down to the 36, halfway through the third quarter. Again, 3 wide receivers, this time 2 to the short side right. And Red Feather is going to toss it out to the left-hand side, and Urban lost 1. So we have seen Urban struggle in second halves of games in the last couple of weeks, really throughout the season, and Farrat makes the stop. 3-3. San Francisco would like to remind you that Pepsi is responsible for all replays of today's game. Pepsi Refresh Your World, an official partner of the San Francisco Bulldogs. A screen pass that is well blocked as Michael Urban picks up 8 to the San Francisco 43. Stackhouse there to make the stop, but blockers actually get out on that play. Buffalo Wild Wings would like to remind you that you can watch the San Francisco Bulldogs play their final game of the season at Buffalo Wild Wings, and that pass is complete. First down to the Oklahoma 47. That is the backup tight end Perry on the catch. San Francisco will be on the road in Dallas to face the eliminated Dallas Stars. And if San Francisco wins here today and wins that game against Dallas, you're talking about a team that's 4-4 and could potentially be in the legitimate playoff conversation. 1st and 10 to the 47, and Red Feather drops to throw. He'll swing it outside, 45. That's to the fullback, a 5-yard pickup. That's generous to the 43, about a 4.5-yard gain. 4:50 to go in the third. Carpenter, who had the first carry of today's game, makes his first catch of the afternoon. Billy Joe Casper, all-time leader in interceptions, 16 in now 22 games. Had an interception in the first quarter of this one. 2nd down and 5 at the 43. Hand off to Michael Urban. Urban got one last season as Morris, another tackle. These two teams played a 10-3 final, with the only touchdown being a Gage Wilson interception return for a score. And still no touchdowns here today. 4 wide receiver set. Red Feather back to pass. Red Feather got a man open down the middle. Had men open all over the field. First down to the 28 for James Cooley. And this is one heck of a drive for the San Francisco Bulldogs. They're taking a lot of time off the clock, and they're being pretty efficient in doing so. Meanwhile, if Oklahoma City loses this game, they'll fall to 3-3 and still have games left against 2-4 Kahlua and undefeated Baltimore. And obviously San Francisco would hold the tiebreaker in this game, or between the two teams, if they were to get a win today. Red Feather again back to pass. Red Feather steps up, and as he threw, it's incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10. .332 to go in the third quarter.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 of the 28. 3 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield. And Red Feather drops to throw. Red Feather fires! Got him out! Inside the 5, down to the 2, James Cooley! 5 catches, 77 yards. It's a 1st and goal, Bulldogs. How about that throw from Red Feather, and an even better catch. Casper and Greenwood combined for the tackle, but San Francisco 2 yards away from this game's first touchdown. Wearing the Renegades defense down right now. 2 receivers set. Cooley top of the screen. Urban dots the I. Red Feather, Urban on a counter. Lost 2. 2nd and goal at the 4. Renegades defense, 3rd best in the league, giving up touchdowns just 42% of the time in the red zone. San Francisco's offense, 7th in the league, 29% touchdown ratio or percentage inside the 20 this season. 2nd and goal at the 4. Red Feather, counter. Urban picks up a block. Michael Urban, touchdown, San Francisco. Big block there by number 67 to fend off Morris. Stackhouse on the stop, but it was too late, and San Francisco takes the lead. That is your Ford Drive of the Game, brought to you by Ford. Go further, an official partner of the San Francisco Bulldogs. The extra point for San Francisco is good. It's 10-3. And for Michael Urban, that is touchdown number 2 on the season. What a big drive that was for the Bulldogs. They took a lot of time off this first quarter clock as well. third quarter clock as Oklahoma City returns to the 24-yard line. Armstrong on the return. Next week's revised schedule includes a Saturday afternoon tilt in Kahlua as the Wyverns will host Oklahoma City, and that could be a huge game for playoff implications no matter what ends up happening today, as Brewski has a lot of space to run and he picks up 9.5. Brewski now 109 yards on 6.1 yards a carry. Urban is sitting tight at 70 as he watches his average continue to dwindle. Sunday night, there's just one game next week. It's Grand Rapids at Baltimore. The kickoff is at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then September the 8th, Monday night, Orlando travels to New York in a matchup of the two SFL champions, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, here on the SFL Network on Twitch next weekend, as Pete Brewski lost 2 yards, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2 from the Renegade, 32-yard.
Two receiver set, 2 in the backfield. 4-3 look out of San Francisco's defense. They hand it off to Brewski on the left-hand side. Brewski stretched it out. Got it. Boy, Andrew Ball almost brought him down before he could stretch across. But I do believe with that final reach of the football, he crossed over and San Francisco will not challenge. 4 receiver set. Both teams have played a clean game as Hart drops back to throw. Hart steps up in the pocket, fires it, has a man wide open, past the 40, to the 45, to the 46-yard line. Somehow Armstrong, who's had a good game today, has been active in the passing game, found wide open. And it's 1st and 10 for Oklahoma City at their own 46. Offense is starting to pick it up here. Empty backfield set for Hart, 4 wide receivers. And Hart drops to throw. Hart against pressure. Fires off his back foot. Oh boy, nearly threw an interception. Jordan Gray applying the pressure, 2nd and 10. 17 seconds now to go here in the 3rd. The Dark Lord has lots of NFL historical teams, along with many other creations at his website that you can see on the bottom of the screen. You can also like him on Facebook, follow him on Twitter, or subscribe to his YouTube channel at darthdestromund.com or youtube.com/Darklord as Bovine takes the carry. Bovine's 2nd of the day, and he'll bring up 3rd down and 2 for Oklahoma City when we return to Bagnall Memorial in San Francisco as Arrington and Ball, the former Dallas Stars, make the stop.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
End of 3. And it's 10-3 San Francisco trying to pull the upset. Backs against the wall. This is Bulldog Radio 102.5 KSFR The Score.
Jersey Tucker.
That's a technical, sunshine. You know the rules. We play hard, but we don't play dirty. A good sport shakes hands, win or lose. So get back out there and make good.
Sorry, man. I got next round.
Hey, drinks on this guy. Grab a seat. The game is on.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hey, what about me?
It all starts with the bread. We wake up thinking about it, then bake it fresh in-store every day. It's a pretty good job with some nice fringe benefits. But we know you've been thinking about it too, because it's the very foundation of your sandwich. We don't take that lightly, so we're always trying to make it even better. That's why we added some ingredients and took others out. We think it's our best bread yet, but come in and see for yourself. Bread is on the rise at Subway.
San Francisco Bulldog football on 102.5. KSFR The Score is brought to you by the PlayStation 4 from Sony. See the future. By State Farm. Get to a better state. And by Subway. Eat fresh. So it's all come down to this. 3rd down and 2 at the San Francisco 47, and Hart will drop to throw. That pass is caught, but he had to go back to get the football, and San Francisco holds him. No gain on the play. It's 4th and 2. Welcome Swarley 133 into the chat room, and thanks for the interview. If you have not heard the interview I did with the VSN Arcade Radio earlier this afternoon, you can visit the archived version at twitch.tv/Swarley, SWARLEY 133. High snap, and Oklahoma City nearly got it blocked. Kick is away. San Francisco inside the 10, now inside the 5 to the 4 to the 3. Beautiful punt for Oklahoma City. That'll pin the Bulldogs back. San Francisco a long drive on the last possession to get a touchdown, and they'll have to go even longer on this one, 96 yards. They'll start from the 4. Oklahoma City in 7 quarters of action, all time here at Bagnod Memorial, has not scored a touchdown. 1st and 10 at the 4. And a tight I formation here for Redfeather, who's calling out signals, changing the play at the line. 9 in the box for Oklahoma City, and Michael Urban nearly dropped in the end zone for a safety. A loss of 2 back to the 2-yard line, and Oklahoma City was well prepared for that run. I think Redfeather was trying to get Urban outside of all that mess, and it didn't work. Now they're pinned even deeper. 2nd and 12 of the 2. Hand off to Michael Urban. He's got some space this time. Gets back up to the original line of scrimmage, about the 4.5. 3rd down and 9. Sims that time on the tackle. Oklahoma City would like to have some field position here late. 3rd down and 9 at the 4. Redfeather changing the play as the corners creep up to the line. Safeties make a switch as well. And they'll toss it out to Urban. Dangerous play, but Urban ends up getting a couple. Farad on the tackle, but another 3 and out for San Francisco. And Oklahoma City's going to have terrific field position. Full chat room today. We love it. Don't forget the Week 9 SFL Game of the Week, the New York Knights at the Baltimore Crabs, coming your way 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the SFL Network, as Oklahoma City is going to be inside field goal range to start this drive at the 33, and San Francisco is going to need a lot of help from their defense here as Jasper Hart comes out back onto the field. 1st down and 10 at the 33-yard line for Oklahoma City. 3 and 2 coming into today. San Francisco 2 and 4, and they have played one heck of a game. 4 wide receiver set. Hard under center. Brewski has had his best performance against the Bulldogs all time, and he picks up a solid 7 to the Bulldog 26. If you're a Renegade fan, all you're thinking right now is touchdown. To break the curse that this stadium has on this Renegade organization. 7+ quarters now without a touchdown in this building. 3 receiver set. And Hart hands it off to Brewski. Oh, it bounced off a tackle, but still unable to pick up the 1st down. Brings up a 3rd down and 1 to the 24. Tackle made by Gage Wilson. 10:05 to go in the 4th. And counting. Be a 40-yard field goal from here. Wilson, a solid outing. Team captain of this defense now for his 3rd season. They'll hand it off to Brewski up the middle. Got the 1st down. Wilson makes the stop, but it was too late. Brewski now 5.3 average, 121 yards, padding his total. And for Brewski, that is his 6th straight game with over 100 yards rushing. I mean, he has just been on a tear this year. Having one heck of a year, the MVP from last season. Hart, pump fake, swings it outside. Dangerous throw. Chris Taylor comes back to it, but a loss of 3. It's almost like the pass was intended for Pete Brewski. Chris Taylor just kind of came out of nowhere. And an easy stop for San Francisco to make. Not quite sure if Brewski was not supposed to make that catch. Second and 13 at the 24 now. 3 wide receiver set. Brewski is in the backfield. And Hart drops to throw. Hart back to pass. Has time. Finds a man over the middle. That pass is caught. Gain of 7 at the 17-yard line. 3rd and 6. Riddick. Knudsen with the catch. And one thing that Oklahoma City has done well today is they have given Jasper Hart time to throw, as you see Dorsett on the tackle. But Randall Watts and Jordan Gray, 2 of the leading sackers, they have combined for 12 sacks, the majority of those in their last 3 games. Randall Watts has 1 today, but Jordan Gray has not gotten into that stat category. 3rd down and 6, handoff to Brewski. Risky play! He didn't get hardly anything. Now 122 yards on 24 carries. It's 4th down, and another stand for the San Francisco defense. And another empty trip for Oklahoma City in this beautiful stadium. They will still need a touchdown if they want to win this game. This field goal from 32 yards out. And Oklahoma City's kick is good. 7:48 to go in the 4th. San Francisco 10, Oklahoma City 6. We knew it was going to be a defensive war. We certainly did not think that San Francisco would once again be holding Oklahoma City out of the end zone. And not only has Oklahoma City never scored a touchdown in this building, but Pete Brewski has never scored a touchdown against the Bulldogs, period. In 4 all-time meetings as Oklahoma City kicks it away. From the 9. San Francisco, 25, past the 30. Good return out to the 31-yard line. The Virtual Sports Network is an official partner of the Simulation Football League. Visit their website at virtualsportsnetwork.com. Join their message boards. Join an online league and find out what all they have to offer at the Virtual Sports Network at virtualsportsnetwork.com. 1st down and 10 at the 31, 7:44 to remaining in this ball game. 3 wide receivers, Redfeather back to throw. Redfeather has time. Pass fire down the field. Big hit, but a catch for Brunson to the 38. There are the quarterback numbers. Redfeather up to 154, but Hart still struggling. 2 of those 3 interceptions, if you missed earlier action, were drops from the wide receivers that just so happened to bounce into the hands of the defenders. Not terrible days for these quarterbacks, but this game, no doubt about it, has been dominated by these 2 defenses. As Michael Urban takes a stretch play around the right-hand side, has some space. He is tackled from behind, but not before a Bulldog 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41. Urban will dot the I along with Carpenter in the backfield. 2 receiver set. 4-3 look, but a tight 4-3 look at that. As Savage has creeped up to the line. They toss it out that direction. And Savage made the play. Or Morris and Casper, I stand corrected on the tackle. A 3-yard loss for Michael Urban. 2nd and 13 at the 38. And this has been the story all season for San Francisco. When Michael Urban just loses a step, can Joseph Redfeather bail him out of trouble and make a play late? to keep wins intact. Most of the year he's not been able to do that. Red Feather down the middle. It is off the hands of the intended receiver again and falls harmlessly to the turf. Cam Michael and company there on the stop. 3rd down and 13 now with 6:06 to go. Renegades poised for a stop here, and where is James Cooley, who has 5 grabs, 75 yards on the day? Cooley's season high, if you're wondering. 202 on 12 grabs. Red Feather steps up, hit from behind. The pass is tipped away and incomplete. Red Feather paid for that throw, and San Francisco's going to have to punt it away. And since their touchdown drive can't seem to do anything with it, and Oklahoma City's going to have a chance, another chance to reach the end zone here late. Visit the SFL at its website, simulationfl.com. Like the league on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels, all at /SimulationFL. Kick is away from the 25, and not much room there as his back is bent backwards at the 28. .552 to go. It's still anybody's ball game.
1st and 10.
Two receiver set with 2 in the backfield. That's Brewski. Taylor is at the very bottom of the screen. Albarazzo in the slot. Counter. Brewski lost 1. Brewski down to 4.8 yards a carry. Tackle made by the big boy in the middle. Defensive tackle Sandoval. 5:35 to go. Dan Stevens, Peter O'Keefe will have your post-game show from the SFL studios in San Antonio coming up following our game. 2 receivers, 2 backs. Handoff on a counter again. Brewski again. Stop, no gain. Sandoval. Or Fiegels, actually, it might be. 3rd down and 11. And Hart's going to have to throw for this one. Quiet day for Chris Taylor, but Albarazzo has shown flashes of brilliance here on the road. I must say, 4 receivers, 3 to the top of the screen. Hart back to pass. Hart had as a throw. Lofted one up there. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted. And you can thank the pressure for that bad throw. Ahmad Arrington out in coverage. But a pretty good job by Gray, Watts, and company. Wilson actually was the one that knocked that away. Strike and oppose in the middle of the field. 4th down and 11. And Oklahoma City, one more time, will punt it away and play defense. The Renegades have suffered some tough losses this season. They're 3-2, but they have not had a game where they could just relax as Oklahoma City gets it away. San Francisco going to have good field position from the 36, makes one miss to the 38. The Renegades beat Dallas opening week 14-9, then lost to Grand Rapids 20-14 as 6-point loss. Beat Orlando by 10, 44-34, before losing to New York 21-14. Defeated Dallas 37-24. That's their largest margin of victory this season, and now we're here. 1st and 10 at the San Francisco 38, and the handoff goes to Urban, trying to get outside, which was a bad call. Had a lane to the left, and it's a loss of 2, 2nd and 12. The only good thing for San Francisco is that the clock keeps moving. Huge implications in this football game. Every game throughout the remainder of this season is going to be crucial to the playoff picture. An 11-week season here in the SFL, 8 games per team. 2 receiver set. And Red Feathers wisely running down a lot of clock. Michael Urban takes a handoff past the 40 to the 43. Solid 7-yard gain. That makes third down a whole lot more easy on Red Feather. 3rd down and 5. 3:46 to go. There's a look at Savage. League leading 6 interceptions this season. They need just past their own 48. Blitz shown. Will the Renegades bring it? They will bring it, and Urban will take a handoff right-hand side. Urban picks up a block. 1st down at 47. Big block on the outside for San Francisco to keep the drive and the chains moving. What a gutsy play call, too. Went around the outside of a blitz. Oklahoma City watching this game slip away right now. Down to 3 minutes to go. 2 receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Down to 6 on the play clock. Down to 3. They're just running as much time off as they can, and Michael Urban takes the handoff, 2-yard gain. Stackhouse on the tackle. Swarley 133, you'll have to tell us what you think about all this. 2nd and 8 at the 45. 2:23 to go. 16 on the play clock, so San Francisco will have to snap it once more before the 2-minute warning. And they do so right here. Michael Urban takes a toss, and Urban is brought down, only a gain of 1. Oklahoma City preserving all 3 of their timeouts. Stackhouse, another stop. Michael Urban's got to be sick and tired of seeing Stackhouse's face out there. We've hit the 2-minute warning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're home to the park. This is Bulldog Radio 102.5 KSFR, The Score, San Francisco, California. 3rd down 7 from the 44-yard line, 2 minutes to go. Will they keep it on the ground, or will they take the chance of stopping the clock to try and keep the chains moving? 4 wide receivers. Cooley has been somewhat quiet here in the 4th. Red Feather will hand it off on a draw. So San Francisco elects to play it conservatively. Oklahoma City calls timeout. They'll have 2 remaining. And this is it right here for San Francisco to keep their season alive. We have had some tight games in the SFL as of late. Every game in Week 8 was decided by 6 points or less. And this game starts Week 9. Punt is away for San Francisco. To the 10. And Oklahoma City returns to the 12. 88 yards the Renegades need in 1:49 seconds. If you're just tuning in, you're tuning in at a good time. 1:49 to go in the 4th. 10-6. San Francisco's only touchdown of the day, a Michael Urban 4-yard run. Oklahoma City in almost 8 quarters has not scored a touchdown against the Bulldogs here. Swing out to Brewski. Past the 15. Spins off a tackler. Past the 20. Gets 8 to the 21 but did not get out of bounds. No huddle here for Oklahoma City. This is when no huddle becomes crucial. 2nd and 2 from the 21. Jasper Hart back to pass against a 4-man rush. Hart deep down the field. Hart's pass incomplete. Well defended. Intended for Chris Taylor. It's 3rd and 2. 88 seconds on the clock. Don't forget that coming up next, the Week 9 SFL Game of the Week. The undefeated Baltimore Crabs at 5-0 on the road against the New York Knights 4-2. The Knights, no one's even close to have beaten New York throughout this season. 3rd and 2 at the 21. 2 receivers. Hart back to pass. Hart's going to swing it out short. That pass caught ahead of the 1st down. What a tackle by Andrew Ball, but Alvarado made the grab. 1:18 to go. That gives Oklahoma City a fresh set of downs. Hart back to pass. Hart down the middle of the field. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. And this last week, or a couple of weeks ago, Week 8, San Francisco was beating Kahlua 13-7 here at home. And Kahlua had a chance inside 2 minutes of scoring a touchdown and winning the game, and it became the Jordan Gray show as he showed up with back-to-back sacks to end Kahlua's hope of getting a victory. They have protected well so far today. 4 wide receiver set. Hart back to throw. Here comes Gray! Gray sacks him in the backfield. Loss of 2. There's nobody on defense in this league that has been more clutch in the last couple of weeks than Jordan Gray. It's 3rd and 12 at the 21. Big number 99 making the plays. 4 down territory, empty backfield, 4 wide receivers. Chris Taylor is usually their deep ball guy. Hart back to pass. Hart down the middle of the field. Is caught at midfield of the San Francisco 48. Caught by Taylor, and the Renegades are now out of timeouts. I just mentioned Chris Taylor is their deep guy, and I don't know how he got open. Ahmad Harrington jumped the route, and he just mistimed it. Andrew Ball saved the touchdown. 1:02 to go in the 4th. 1st and 10 of the San Francisco 48. Bulldogs 62 seconds away from keeping their playoff hopes alive. Hart back to throw. Hart hit as he threw. Caught! 25-20, 15-10 to the 11-yard line, actually. Jasper Hart against his former team is stabbing the Bulldogs' heart with every completed pass. 43 seconds to go. 4 receivers. Brewski in the backfield. No timeouts for the Renegades. Hart takes the high snap. Hart down the middle of the field. Nearly intercepted. And 35 seconds to go. Wilson makes the stop. Armstrong has come up clutch for the Renegades here this afternoon. And Baltimore, New York, who played one of the greatest games in league history back in week 1, a 30-27 overtime thriller. Going to be tough to beat this photo finish. 2nd and 10 from the 11. 4 wide receivers and an empty backfield for Hart. Hart to pass. Hart down the middle, floats it, caught to the 8. 3rd down and 7. 27 seconds to go. 2 receivers, including Taylor, to the bottom of the screen. 22 seconds. Hart back to throw. Hart steps in the pocket. Sacked! Back at the 15-yard line. This is it. 4th down at 14. Down to 12 seconds. San Francisco's defensive line has done it again. Hart back to pass. 6 seconds to go. Hart is sacked. San Francisco has done it again. And to save their season, Randall Watts. Back-to-back weeks, the defensive line goes ballistic late, and San Francisco has won back-to-back games for the first time this season. And the Renegades shocked again, fall to 3-3 as the playoff picture becomes even more cloudy. Post-game show is coming up next, followed by the game recap.
That will do it. And that is going to do it for this one. The Bulldogs come out on top 10-6. With this one in the books, let's take a look back at some of the action. That was an exciting game. So let's not waste any time in getting to the highlights in our post-game show. Let's get started in this one early in the 3rd quarter. Number 7 would find his target on this one. Unfortunately, they could not capitalize on the play. Towards the end of the 3rd quarter, the Bulldogs already inside field goal range. Number 22 got the carry as they pounded him out on the ground. He made the most of it. A 3-yard touchdown for the home team. Later on in the fourth quarter, the Renegades, trailing by 7. Number 34 got the call on third down, and he did not disappoint. They climb back into the game, now down by 4. The Renegades again have it. Armstrong had to work to find an opening, but he was able to haul this one in. Unfortunately, they couldn't capitalize on the big play, and they turned the ball over on down. And that's where we'll have to leave this one. The Bulldogs squeaked out a win, 10-6. Let's take a moment to recognize the 2K Sports Player of the Game.
Number 22 showed us why he's one of the best. Well, he was the best player on the winning team. It's as simple as that. We'll see if he's able to keep up this high level of play in the games ahead.
For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
A photo finish keeps the San Francisco Bulldogs playoff hopes alive. Welcome back into the SFL studios in San Antonio. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. 10-6, despite being outgained 303 to 249 in a defensive war, where Oklahoma City, 167 through the air, 136 on the ground, had a very good, balanced day on offense, but just could not get in the end zone against San Francisco. Just 6 of 18 on third down conversions today. 3 trips into the red zone and only 2 field goals for the Renegades, as both teams pretty balanced. 69 plays from Oklahoma City, 68 for San Francisco. No penalties, a clean slate in this football game. But Michael Urban, you saw the Player of the Game award. There wasn't a lot of standouts in this ball game, as you see the quarterback numbers there. But the big touchdown, and then to be able to keep churning 38 carries for Michael Urban today. He was a workhorse, and he picked up some crucial third downs for the Bulldogs today. Abarazabo finishes 6 for 64 on 9 targets. Cooley 5 for 77. Taylor was targeted 11 times. Credit the Bulldog defense for shutting him down. Only 4 catches for 40 yards. Armstrong's 3 receptions for 58 yards kept Oklahoma City in the game. Adam Stackhouse, another brilliant performance. He now jumps ahead of Stephen Lambert as the league's leading tackler this season, had 13 on the day. Ahmad Arrington, 8 with 2 passes defended. Billy Joe Casper had a pick, 7 tackles to go along with 3 assisted tackles. Gage Wilson, 6, 4, and 2 passes defended. And Andrew Ball with 5. With the victory, the San Francisco Bulldogs improved to 3-4. Oklahoma City falls to 3-3. And falls outside of the playoff picture as Grand Rapids holds the tiebreaker as they jump into 4th place. San Francisco now a half game back of 4th place as the playoff race intensifies. From all of us in San Francisco, I am Commissioner and play-by-play commentator Cameron Irvine. Join us, Baltimore and New York comes your way in about an hour right here on the SFL Network on Twitch. Thanks to all of our fans for helping us celebrate SFL Pride Day. We'll see you back here on the air shortly.